I am Mark, and I am from Spartanburg, South Carolina. As a kid, I was not small by any stretch of the imagination. When I graduated, I weighed about 185 pounds. And then as things progressed, I got a little bit bigger, of course, in my 20s and my 30s, weighing in about 210. And then in 2008, I was in a car accident. I remember I'd had surgery on Thursday. I went to physical therapy on Friday. And it was a simple thing. The surgery lasted 15 minutes because it was just closing up a small fistula in my leg. And when they closed it up, a bug had gotten in there. I'm laying in, they're prepping the operating room, and he said, I know you're a Roman Catholic. I think maybe it'd be a good idea to have them come in. And they came in and gave last rites. They didn't know over that night whether or not I'd survived the surgery or not. And fortunately, I did. 8 years following that, after I had recovered from that, I ended up being 360 pounds. I think the thing that kept me going through it going back, I kept myself occupied with school. And of course, during that period of time, I got a doctorate and all the rest of it. So that was the thing that I was most focused upon. 2.5 years ago, we had decided to go on a cruise. We went to the Caribbean, and they took us to a private island. And my wife was down at the beach. I went up and I sat in a lounge. You make like you're very content with all that. But the bottom line was that's all I could do. When we came back, we went to Atlanta. We went to an Atlanta ball game 2 days in a row. By the time we got home, I was probably done for 2 weeks after that. And actually, it was those pictures that made my wife decide to do this with me. I was able to go in and have the sleeve surgery because they had thought about doing the bypass. However, I didn't have any of the medical conditions. I wasn't a diabetic. My blood pressure wasn't that bad. Things like cholesterol and triglycerides were bad, but on the whole, metabolically, I was good. We got started on the program, and I was going to the classes that were required, meeting with the dietitian once a month. Then came the time to go onto the liquid diet, which was going to be, a challenge. And just before that, I had problems with my shoulder. So I went into the orthopedic surgeons, and they basically told me, you've got to hold off on having the stomach surgery until we fix your shoulder. Even though I was going through the shoulder surgery, and even though I was going through the recovery, that I was going to maintain doing exactly what I was, doing beforehand, so that I could get to the point where I could actually go into the sleeve surgery and have the best chance to have a successful outcome with it. The surgery is definitely a tool. You have to commit yourself to doing the things that need to be done. We've got an acre of land, and there's 8 years of yard work that hasn't been done. And now it's getting started again. And just being able to do that again is important. Just being involved again, getting involved in doing something. It opens up all the opportunities, all the possibilities that I didn't have it before. I could teach if I wanted to. I couldn't have then. I couldn't have stood in front of a university class for any length of time. A very wise mentor of mine said, when you get a doctorate, many doors open, twice as many close behind you. And with the weight loss, it's the other way around. When you lose it, there's a few doors that may close, like having to wear size 54 pants and 4 or 5X shirts, but there's many, many more doors that open up in front of you.